And welcome in to Bedford High School in Bedford, New Hampshire. The lacrosse team is set to take on the Exeter Bluehawks in boys Division I lacrosse action here. I'm Corey Munster-Tiger with the BCTV crew. Jay Abendroth is joining me in. Good to have you, Jay.
Hey, Corey. How's it going today?
Doing well, doing well. Andrew Fenn on camera. We do have replays for this game, so Dale Bird is back in the studio providing some replays, which should be a great addition to the podcast this afternoon. The Bulldogs playing host to the Exeter Bluehawks, who's too earlier in the season, looking to get some revenge and get back on the winning track. Game last week against Marblehead down in Massachusetts, losing by a goal. Now they host the Exeter Bluehawks. Jay, what are you looking for today in this game?
As we go into the second, a little bit of a rematch here from these two, we saw Exeter play extremely well last time. A lot of fast ball movement, a lot of really crisp shots. I want to see two things. I want to see Bedford lock down on defense, and I want to see him hit the cage, Corey.
Hit the cage. I like what you're talking about. This Exeter Bluehawk team, very quick. They're the largest of physical bodies out there. However, their quickness, speed, and of course, their skill with their sticks is evident from the opening face-off. 12 minutes on the board. We're ready for the opening face-off and ready to get started. Dalton Roberto will take it for the Bulldogs, facing off against Will McElroy. For the Bluehawks, Bluehawks come away with possession. Ground ball here by Ryan Garrity. He'll get it down into the offensive end, settle things down. Nice little hang there. Sullivan's able to short hop that. Driving hard, lefty type. Post Malone makes an early appearance here tonight. Fletcher has him his friend. They'll clear it out. Robert.
Yeah, good defense from Bedford there, but number one really took it hard to the cage. Real quick shot over his left shoulder.
Good speed by the senior man there, Sullivan. Bedford makes their offensive substitutions. Here's Toscano getting downhill. Decides not to pull the trigger and spins it behind. Purnell. It's Tanner Smith back there on defense. Kane will check out on Gaffney. Cano rips, saves up high. Ethan Bernish back in cage for the Bluehawks, comes up with an early stop. Let's clear it out.
Yeah, it was a nice possession. Went behind, moved the ball around. Unfortunately, went high.
And down in transition, Gabe Albert comes up with a goal, shooting low left. Beats Fletcher. I'm not sure if Fletcher was ready for that. Let's look at the replay. Quick edge to his right. It's a 10-yard shot. He's got to get pressure out there. And Fletcher, top center, got the most surface area in the goal. That's a tough one to come up with.
Defense leading to offense for Exeter on that one. Nice play, nice shot placement. See if Bedford can come back and get a ground ball on this face-off.
Looks like Exeter will come away with it. Good hit there by Sy. White leaving early from the box, so Exeter will come up with possession. Driving hard to the cage here. Good trail check. Believe that was Henrishon. No, that's Kerr. Excuse me. No, that's not Kerr. That's Sheridan. Trail check on Gavin Lechner.
You're guaranteed to get that one.
Yeah, at least one of them. Jeez.
That's all right.
Good poke check there by Kerr, causing the wayward pass. And now Lazowitz looks to pull one-on-one here. Soden with defense. Hadley getting some checks in on Albert again. Spin it behind. Good job by Henrishon jumping the pass there. Came down hard on the hands. Causes the turnover by Exeter.
Yeah, we talked about that last game, Corey. The defense really extending, and that was the result of them getting out there in the passing lanes.
Good ride here by Lechner. As Sheridan looked to dodge, and now feed is picked off in the middle. Bounce pass up to Soden. He's got a break. Great hustle by Exeter to get back, though. That's Jack Herring getting back and evening numbers for the Blue Hawk defense.
Good awareness from Ian Fletcher, picking off that pass from behind. Goalie using that big stick.
Got the butterfly net out there. Made it easier on his defense. Toscano now up top. He's guarded by Sean DeLello. And now over to Zach Griffin. Up top, short hop by Toscano. Can't come away with it. Matthews battles for the ground ball, but Exeter comes away with it. That's Harry Caraciola. Can't handle the pass on the far side. O'Kane has it go off his stick. The Bulldogs come up with a gift.
Yeah, good active ride by Kaleza, though, causing the goalie to misthrow that pass. The bouncer, the defenseman couldn't handle.
Gaffney behind now. Looks to want to ISO. Exchanges with Purnell. Now Griffin looks to go on the shorty. Big righty sweep. We'll get a flag here. Unnecessary roughness on the pick. They look to get back in the middle to Matthews. Bernish comes up with the loose ball, but the Bulldogs will go on the extra man opportunity here.
Yeah, Corey, they're showing some good patience when they have the ball in offense. That's not the same as it was last time. So they're learning from their mistakes, getting a little more possession, because this is a pretty high-powered Exeter offense. It's always a good way to neutralize an offense, to keep the ball and keep them on defense.
Bulldogs go into their extra man. We'll start in a 2-3-1. Little wheel route here on the backside. Matthews looks for Kaleza. Now Toscano looks to feed. Sticking his gloves by Garrity. Griffin, now Matthews. Man, it would help if they had a lefty out there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Purnell. Griffin. See, that's the spot right there. You want a big lefty shooting that. Matthews rips, gets it on cage. You like to see that. Bernish makes the save down low. Gaffney behind. Exeter has killed off this penalty. We are even strength. Scramble here, and now they're back to 6-on-6 settled offense, although Toscano's going to drive here. They'll fire it behind. Gaffney drives, gets the goal line extended and to the right wing. And now Griffin. Toscano runs through a check, gets a shot off, save Bernish. Scramble for the loose ball. Good hustle by Matthews. Gets all the way back into Bernish. I think we're going to have a loose ball push, and we are. Great hustle by Matthews on that ride. Earns the Bulldogs a second shot at it. 6:18 left in the first quarter. A lot of possession on the offensive end for the Bulldogs. They trail 1-0.
Yeah, Corey, and they're doing a good job being physical. When they're making mistakes, they're running hard, driving after, laying some wood, and going body to body and getting the ball back when they maybe don't deserve it.
Master de Casa. Go this way and that, trying to lose his defender, but Garrity stays with him. Gaffney will drive hard. Good D by the Exeter defenseman. Gaffney's falling down, but able to get it out up top to Zach Griffin. Up top, Bernish makes another save. It's got to be 4 already in this first quarter. And Exeter will clear it out. Bulldogs are getting shots, but not necessarily the high-quality shots that they're going to look for throughout the rest of this game.
Yeah, Bernish is coming to play. out of those 4, 2 of them are kind of stick high, but the other 2 he's gone down and gotten them. So he's come ready to play and keeping his team up 1-0.
5 minutes to go. That is your score. 1-0. Exeter leads here at Bedford. And Exeter goes on the offensive attack for just a second time, really, in this game. They had a couple quick possessions, and now they're back to 6-on-6. Kerr here gets the strip. Sy picks up the ground ball. Bulldogs will retreat. Try to get a clear. Henrishon to Matthews in the middle of the field. And they're out. Nice job valuing the lacrosse ball there as the Bulldogs get back in the offensive end.
Yeah, good patience on that ground ball, and Sy was willing to go back into the defensive end. They got a really nice, Henrishon found the open man, got a pretty easy clear with that patience.
That's exactly what comes to mind, patience. You don't have to go upfield the entire time. Look for your open teammates and have some of that patience. Toscano might have had enough patience. No, he does spin it behind. Gaffney picks up the loose ball. This is Kevin Mastro de Casa. Exeter's really sitting on these right-handed players. They're overplaying them to the right. Kaliza gets free, shoots one a little bit left. Nice feed into that crease area. Kaliza got his hands free. Gaffney will take a shot, being somebody in the front of the cage. I'm not quite sure why that was called blue ball. The ball didn't go out of bounds quite yet, did it?
No, I don't think so. I think the ref was projecting a bit there.
Strange play. We're playing the dark blue, black lines, and I didn't see it go over that line, but good ride here. Hadley up to Kaliza. Kaliza throws one low. Bernish up to the task again.
Yeah, really nice reaction save. Going down quick. Again.
Now another pick here. Kevin Sheridan this time. He'll push things. Gets into the offensive end. Far side, Purnell has it slip out of his stick. Again, having a lefty would really help. Bernish up top. Here's Gavin Lechner. He'll settle things down, get back to his left, sticks one top side. Fletcher was going early and Lechner pulled it high. Lechner gets on the board himself and puts the Blue Hawks up 2-0.
Yeah, and as we look at that replay, we see Kerr really trying to play Lechner down to go behind, and he was just able to, Kerr overcommitted, actually went below goal line extended. Lechner turned, spun, pretty wide open shot there. Chasing the stick from Kerr. I'd like to see him use a little bit more body position to stop the attackman.
We see it on the defensive end for the Blue Hawks. They're really playing that right hand. Lechner, of course, lefty. You'd like to see Sheridan play a little harder on that left hand. That's usually a good matchup, too, for a right-handed defenseman. They like when there's a lefty attackman. They can really get that wrap check, get a little slap going easy. Try to knock that ball on the turf. Bulldogs win the ensuing face-off. They'll settle, get their offensive midfield on. Here's Bennett Matthews. Drives hard, pulls deep. Bernish, again, a save.
Yeah, it was a good run down the alley by Matthews. Pretty nice shot. Bernish is just there. He's on his game tonight.
Seeing that ball well. Bernish, the junior goalie. 6'2", fills up a lot of that cage, but he's getting down quickly on those low shots too.
Yeah, and he'd really like to see Bedford kind of change the angle, change the plane a little bit more than just going stick side high to stick side high.
Griffin across the top here, draws a double, moves it to Toscano. Back up top, Matthews. Looks to get to his right hand. You can see they're just waiting for him to shoot righty. Griffin can't squeeze it. It's in his feet. Loose ball hold called on the Hawks. So the Bulldogs will have another chance at it. You see on the replay, it just popped out of Griffin's stick there. He didn't quite get it into his pocket. Wanted to pull the trigger, just couldn't quite control it. It's like an infielder with a little extra bobble, so he can't fire to first.
Yeah, we really see Exeter being able to sit on Bedford here, not having to jump plays. They really kind of know where they're going. A lot of right-handed action. Bedford's able to kind of pack it in. Or excuse me, Exeter's able to pack it in, and Bedford's got to get over that, or else they're not going to be able to get some offense going.
Bulldogs got a shot off there, feed from behind. Gaffney to Toscano, but again, Bernish with the save. He's got to have 6 or 7 saves here in the first quarter. Exeter will call timeout. 16 seconds to go in the first quarter. They lead 2-0. Good start for the Blue Hawks.
Yeah, I think Bedford's playing pretty well, too. A lot of time of possession. But again, it goes in from the man down to the goalie to, driving from up top. They're not making Exeter move. They're not, giving them something to think about, making them play 2 people. I think that's really what they have to think about. I'd love to see some more motion, more cutters in this offense, get some easier shots.
They're really trying those right-handed sweep dodges, but that's about the extent of the motion we're seeing. We're not seeing that off-ball cutting that you're talking about. Well, if you're enjoying the game, you have a few different options to see BCTV programming. The live channels and on-demand content are now easier to access at your fingertips than ever before. Bedford Community Television is available for free download on Apple iOS and Android. Download the Bedford Community Television app from your app store today.
I give that out for all major family occasions now. That's my gift.
I love it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well done.
Received.
It's really expensive on your part, too.
It is, I know.
Well, you can also check out more BHS sports action from Bedford Community TV on your Apple TV and your Roku. Do you have either of those?
I do, I think.
One of those. You can watch on Amazon Fire TV via Cablecast ScreenWeave app. You can download that app to watch the next game live on the big screen. I do know you have a big screen in your family room.
I do.
Bedford lacrosse action would be phenomenal on that thing.
I really like to read the paper, though, Corey.
16 seconds to go. Let's see what the Blue Hawks drew up here. Drive lefty, some off-ball action. Cutter through the middle. Lechner pulls, misses wide left. Backed up behind by Sullivan. He'll drive, see if they can get some action on the crease. Get a little quick stick. Sullivan drives righty, pops up top. Good move to get to a free hand. Marshall Lazowitz gets one off, but it sails high, and the quarter will end 2-0 in favor of Exeter. Not the best start for the Bulldogs. They had a decent amount of time of possession, but back there in cage, Ethan Bernish standing tall between the pipes for the Blue Hawks.
Yeah, and I do like to see that at the last 16 seconds of the quarter. Bedford threw a bit of a wrinkle and went zone. Passed off some players, I think, where Exeter was looking to do a big sweep. Bedford, passed them off and was able to stop that, caused a little bit of confusion. So nice wrinkle by Coach Bordeaux.
Yeah, you like to see that coming out of timeouts, too. They expected a man-to-man defense, probably looking for some off-ball picks, looking for Lechner to get free, and that zone defense, as you mentioned, threw a little bit of a curveball.
The chess match, as it were.
Yeah. Good coaching there. Well done to Coach Bordeaux. Some upcoming games on BCTV if you're interested. Baseball will play on Wednesday, May 17th against the visiting Wyndham Jaguars. That game is at 4:15 p.m. Softball will head out to the Diamond on Thursday to take on Manchester Central Memorial as they come to town. First pitch is at 4 p.m. And then this same boys lacrosse team will play Wednesday, May 24th against the Londonderry Lancers. That should also be a great tilt. That starts at 5:30 p.m. Girls lacrosse next Friday, May 26th. They will host Newburyport Clippers at 6:30 p.m. heading into Memorial Day weekend. Catch all these games locally on Comcast channel HD 1072. Sometimes it's on 23. Sometimes you'll get the school board meetings. BedfordTV.com or the BCTV app that we just talked about. You can check out BCTV's social media and NHCCM sports broadcast schedule for all upcoming games.
They do a good job there. Such a good job. Everything is equally exciting.
Back to the face-off, X. Still scrambling for the loose ball. We're going to get a loose ball push on Bedford. The Exeter Bluehawks will come away with it. Marshall Lazowitz picks it up, spins it near side to Evan Delory. Kerr harassing him out by midfield, really extending pressure. Delory has a step. He's going to shoot. Misses it near side.
Yeah, good idea, but you're not necessarily going to want to play your guy at the 48-yard line, especially if he's quick.
Yeah, extend pressure maybe to the 45.
Yeah, 46-ish.
With tongue-in-cheek, of course. That's well outside of the restraining box and probably not worth your effort. Sheridan stays on the lefty here. Falls for the fake. Save, Fletcher. Beautiful save on the low try. Lechner couldn't quite get it past Fletcher. Comes up with a huge one early to keep it 2-0.
Unbelievable save by Fletcher. Lechner did everything we were talking about Bedford doing. He made the defense move, and then went low, high, low on some fakes, and Fletcher was equal to the task.
That'd be a great replay to have for Fletcher here if we get it, Dale. Next stoppage. Fantastic save by Ian Fletcher to keep that score 2-0. Toscano waits for his line mates here. Fletcher has numbers. Makes a dodge to nowhere. Gets it back up top. Here's Brody Helton. He'll drive hard. Probably a ward there that he got away with. Pushed off with his shoulder and upper arm. Here's that save here. Lechner fakes high. Sheridan turns his head, gets fooled. The little fake high, go low. Doesn't catch Fletcher. He's true to the task, gets low for it, and comes up with a highlight reel save.
Yeah, that's the kind of save that gets your team excited, gets them going a little bit. Let's see what Bedford can do on the offensive end.
Man, it really should. Tough one on Sheridan there. That was a great fake by Lechner. Paused, pretended he didn't have the ball, and Sheridan bit hook, line, and sinker. Helton here, save Burnish. Clean sheet still here for Burnish. He's been phenomenal between the pipes.
Yeah, and that's just too easy for a goalie of his caliber. Running right, bounce shot right into the goalie's stick. Ate it up.
Good ride here by the Bulldogs. Gets the ball on the turf. Picked up by Tyler Bland, though, for the Bluehawks. He'll get it in deep. Now back in the stick of Gavin Lechner. Lechner really shifty there. Sullivan, great lift check by Henrishon. That's going to go out of bounds. Solid defense there by Spencer Henrishon. Gets the turnover for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, nice extension. Really solid foundational lacrosse. Got the ball thrown away. All by a simple lift poke check.
And that lift, just get your stick on the hands, gloves of the offensive player and lift it up really high. Causes that uncomfortable arm motion. Matthews with a nice dodge here through the midfield. Wow. Burnish with the chase down behind. The referee's right there. He's got the call. From here, it looked like Kaliza had a step, but oof. Tough call for the Bulldogs there. They still trail, just under 9 minutes left in the first half. 2-0 Exeter. Bluehawks get through the midfield. They'll clear it out with ease. Back to the middle. Here's Gabe Albert. Goal earlier, the first of the day for the Bluehawks. And now Fletcher comes up with another great save. Getting down on it. They can't beat him low. Henrishon will use his legs to get it out. Pass sails high. But there for the backup is Colton Poole, has checked in at attack. Brody Helton. You hear some of the Exeter players saying, all righty, all righty. They're overplaying many of the Bulldog players to their strong hand. Matthews included.
Yeah, we saw last go around, Matthews did go lefty. Nice shot right through the middle, so it's open if they want it. got to be a little bit bold here, I think, to get some points on the board.
Especially as the defenders are overplaying that strong hand. Go to your offhand and could work out. Helton tries to get back to his left. Scramble for the ground ball. Helton gets it going Bedford's way. Good ground ball work here. Scoots behind, and Bernish will cover in his crease behind. Good hustle by the Bulldogs, just couldn't come up with a GB.
Yeah, and it's worth noting, Corey, when we're talking about using the left hand, these kids are good enough. They play lefty and righty all the time. I think it's more about confidence and being willing to go in there with getting hit, put it on your offhand, and get a shot on goal.
Might surprise yourself there. Matthews, they're looking for an early slide inside. Saw Garrity creeping up from his long stick midfield position on the crease. They spin it behind. Poole. Purnell. Back to Toscano on the right wing. And now Helton. Drives righty. Swims the double team. They're going to call him on a Ward. The swim was fine, but his offhand, his left hand, you'll see, was pushing the defender out of the way. And that's a Ward. So the Blue Hawks will clear things out. Helton, wow, probably could have got called for either a slash or a trip, neither. And now Sullivan gets inside. Ball pops out of his stick before he gets the shot off. Good ride, gives him a second chance. Great save, Fletcher in tight. Another bounce shot off his knees. Sullivan will take a hit. That's going to draw a flag. They need to get the ball to get the whistle. I like it, though. I like the physical play. You want to see a little fire from your defenseman, so you take a penalty here and there. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, really nice play by Fletcher, as we're seeing on the replay there. Hugged the pipe, used it as his friend, and closed out that angle. But good flurry of activity there. Exeter is just a bit too quick on those ground balls, though. Drew the flag for the hit in the back.
And they're sticking to their principles. As soon as you pick up that ground ball, look to move it, because somebody is likely open. They found him a few different times. Lechner here will pull. Fletcher saves, stones him up high, stick to stick. Again, you talked about changing levels there. Fletcher was able to track it high to high the entire way. Luke Sy with the clear now.
Hold on.
Bulldogs will take a timeout, I believe, here as they get it into the offensive end. 5:18 left in the first half. The Exeter Blue Hawks lead the Bulldogs 2-0.
Yeah, this is an exciting game, pretty evenly matched as we look at it. I think both teams have had advantages in certain areas. Exeter is doing a really nice job getting a lot of loose balls, taking advantage of Bedford overextending. On the same side, Bedford's really controlling the ball more. Time of possession is favoring them.
Early season schedules, again, have been similar. We said the Bulldogs come in with a 7-3 record as the Exeter Blue Hawks come in with 8-4. Bulldogs have wins over Concord and Dover, relatively smooth victories for them. Then ran into Exeter the first time, lost 13-6, and then followed that with a loss to Bishop Girton, 10-4, and then they were on a win streak there. 5 wins in a row. Hollis Brookline, Nashua North, Manchester Memorial/Central team. A great win for the Bulldogs over Londonderry, 4-3 victory on May 5th, and then followed that one up with a win over Salem, 14-3. Lost a tough one last week to Marblehead down there. 8-7 was the final. But again, they come in with a 7-3 record. Exeter, on the other hand, their losses have come to Portsmouth, a Division II school, ironically. They lost to them 11-9. Bishop Girton was a tough one for them, 14-1. And then lost to Bishop Girton again, 13-6. And then perennial powerhouse from Massachusetts, Lincoln Sudbury. They lost 14-7. But 8 wins otherwise across Division I in New Hampshire, coming in with a strong record. So similar records. We expected it to be a very close game today, and we're seeing that play out. 2-0, 5 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first half. Bulldogs drew something up. Hopefully they get a good shot off and figure out how to beat Ethan Bernish, who is pitching a shutout here so far.
Yeah, and this is the time of the game where the one-on-one sweep dodges aren't working. Coach Bordeaux's smart enough. He's hopefully got some plays running here. Looks like they're trying to get settled into this offense.
There you go. Purnell pops off the crease. Gets in, tries to go lefty. Fair enough. He was getting after it. His offhand couldn't quite pull the trigger as the ball popped out. Scramble for the loose ball. Great job by Garrity picking up the loosie. Gets it back to Ian O'Kane. The broken stick on the field, so somebody had to trot off. And now carving through the midfield, Jack Herring for the Blue Hawks.
I think that was the freshman Helton, shockingly, and that's sarcasm, going for some body and physical play. Lost a stick.
Was that his own stick or one of the other team's sticks?
I think it was him.
I think it was his. He's run through a few checks this year, causing shrapnel across the field. Lechner gets it high. Albert couldn't handle the pass, and the Bulldogs come away with it. Riccio to Soden. He loses it. And now Bland. Up quickly, Sullivan. Good help defense by Kerr. Chasing the stick here a little bit, though. This is Delory. Back up top to Albert. Riccio measures up. It's Lazowitz down the right side. Fletcher, another save. Rebound comes behind his cage, but he covers and will clear.
Yeah, another save. A little bit outside. He read it all the way through.
No, come on, Nick! Use that thing!
Kerr, nice job on the clear. Finds Riccio. And again, Coach Bordeaux will take a timeout. 3:13 to go in the first half. The Blue Hawks lead here at Bedford 2-0.
Yeah, and you can see as Exeter goes on offense, a lot of times they've got some really skilled players. And even if a couple times there, Bedford had numbers in, yet those good players were creating a little bit of mayhem. Everybody's worried about them slipping their guy and having to slide. That's where Exeter's been able to make some hay today.
Two senior attackmen to note. Again, Nick Sullivan, 6'5", good rangy player, and Gavin Lechner, also 6'4". Tall kids, but they're evasive, they're elusive. Tough for these defensemen to stay with them, and they've been throwing some fakes to throw things off. So they lead 2-0. Timeout Bedford. They'll see if they can draw up a play here. Bedford Bulldogs Athletic Booster Club's always looking for new members and volunteers. They'd like support for the Bedford High School athletic programs. The Booster Club meets in the BHS Media Center at 7 p.m. on the first Wednesday of every month. Visit bbabc.net to learn more about how you can help or request more information.
Yeah, we see, as we go back to the game, we see Bedford playing really their first line midfielders mostly. Second line is 10, and they've got in some, but a lot of them are playing defense. So we'll see how this game wears on. Let's see how long coach has got them conditioning, because it's gonna be another, what, if I can do conference room math, another 27 minutes of action here. Hopefully I have the legs.
They've been playing a decent amount of defense too, a lot in transition, but again in that first quarter, the time of possession heavily favored the Bulldogs. It's evened out a bit more here in the second quarter. And yes, that first line midfield has gotten a lot of the run. Sean Toscano, Zach Griffin, and Bennett Matthews. Here we see those same three out. They are coupled with Kuliza, Poole, and Purnell on attack. Toscano will take it near side. He's guarded by Sean DeLello. He drives lefty. Pauses in the middle.
Had the corner there, Corey. That's kind of what we're talking about. It's a couple more steps. He was around. Hard left shot. He was probably 8 yards away from the front of the cage.
A little sloppy exchange behind, but the Bulldogs get it back as it was batted out by the Blue Hawk defender back there, Tanner Smith. Griffin now with a head of steam. Looks for the cutter. Kaliza gets one to go. There you go. Zach Griffin finds the cutting Derek Kaliza. The Bulldogs get on the board.
Yeah, they were able to get into that set play. Actually took them a bit. If you notice, previous possession, when Toscano had that opportunity, Exeter was shutting off Purnell and behind, and Purnell was the trigger guy. So off of the inbounds, they were able to run their little flip play and get the cuts they needed, and Kaliza was pretty much wide open right in front of the crease.
They cut the lead to 2-1. And Kaliza's finish was high to high, on the stick side high. Still, when you're in that tight, Bernish has little chance. Great feed here and a goal quickly answered. Garrity, the long stick, fed from Gavin Lechner. Lechner over to the pole, who just found himself open on the crease and dunks it in. Garrity puts the lead back to 2.
Yeah, and as we saw, good players command attention. I think Lechner had at least 3, maybe 4 people converging on him, leaving the other Exeter player open on the back side.
Face-off controlled by the Blue Hawks. Some physical play through midfield. Marshall Lazowitz avoids 3 Bedford riding players. Now he looks for help from the sideline. Here's Albert. Lazowitz draws the double. Kerr goes heavy. Evan Delory will settle things down. Here's Albert, top center. Bulldogs back to their man-to-man defense. Sheridan now. Feed backside, Lazowitz misses the cage.
Again, Lechner, big, tall, strong guy on that sweep, looked back and found the backside wide open as Bedford put all their attention on him.
Sullivan here will test Henrishon. They find one inside. They can't squeeze it, though. And now Kerr gets out for the ground ball. Goes heavy. Over the shoulder pass. Goes to nobody, but they will draw a loose ball push foul. Blue Hawks will have possession. 55 seconds to go here in the first half. They lead 3-1, and they'll take a timeout.
Yeah, we see again on that replay a double teaming of Lazowitz. Good play. Just kind of went a little heavy on the extracurriculars, got the push. But Bedford on that possession, Bedford did a good job staying home, playing one-on-one, not going for the fakes. I think they need to do a little bit more of that as we close out the half.
55 seconds to go in that half. Again, Bedford trails 3-1. They're going to need a little bit of help on that offensive end. Certainly Bernish has been hard to solve, but that's not the only issue.
Yeah, I'd look to see if they, just like as they ended the first quarter, put a little wrinkle in, shut off someone. I'll tell you, number 8, Gavin Lechner, is a good candidate for a little bit of a shut-off. He's been able to kind of command the game right now. That might be the type of wrinkle that Coach Bordeaux throws in to trip up Exeter with 55 seconds left.
Maybe a shut-off, maybe a go real heavy, extend out on adjacents, try to get a fish with the ball. We say fish out of water, somebody that clearly doesn't want the ball or doesn't want to instigate a play. If you can identify that as a defender, try to get your adjacent or near man defenders to push out, try to discourage passes so you can throw a bevy of checks. It's always fun to get that situation. Exeter trots out from the timeout. Bulldogs may be bouncing back to that zone as you were talking about. Little 3-3 zone. And they are.
It looks like they have the short sticks in the middle there, so a good hallmark of that zone.
Luke Tsai, Evan Sabati. It is that zone. Good call, Coach Abendroth. Lechner will pull. Came out of his stick a little early. Hendershon comes up the ground ball. Sheridan can't squeeze it on that far side. Kerr chases it down, but steps out. Tough one there. He was all the way out there, got the ground ball, but his foot, right foot, I believe, went beyond the sideline. 35 seconds to go. Lechner will start on that far side. Feeds it behind. Coming around, Sullivan can't get it to go. Chase behind Tyler Bland. Backs it up for possession. 28 to go. Delory up top. That's Albert. Gets to his left. Popcorn for Fletcher. Easy save for him. Under 20 to go. Fletcher passes behind. Sheridan now. Pressured by Lazowitz. Little face dodge. Under 10. Griffin now. 5 seconds. Gets inside the restraining box. Kaliza fires at the buzzer. Misses high, and we'll end the first half 3-1. The Blue Hawks over the Bulldogs. We'll take a timeout, 10 minutes or so, and rejoin you for second half action here on BCTV from Bedford High School. And we're back. Second half just begins. 12 minutes on the board. Exeter comes away with the face-off, but then throw it away out of bounds, and the Bulldogs get an early gift here in the second half. Blue Hawks up 3-1 after the first half. A half marked by solid offensive possession, but not a lot of goals for the Bulldogs, and phenomenal goaltending by Ethan Bernish for the Blue Hawks. Hadley here gets free. Pulls the Bulldogs to within one here in the second half. Kevin Sheridan, patience on the clear. You see it on the replay. Hadley gets free. Dodges a couple of defenders in tight. And finishing with the long pole. Great to see Nick Hadley.
Yeah, you don't often see a long pole assist to another long pole goal. Really nice play, really nice clear. Hadley had the determination. Sometimes we talk about you got to be bold. It was a bold shot, and he got rewarded.
The long sticks say, if you shorties aren't going to score, maybe we will. Roberto comes away with the face-off. Purnell was looking to move it quickly to Kaliza. He was covered, so got the ground ball back in his stick quickly. Purnell drives righty. Shoots, scores! And the Bulldogs, in 40 seconds, have tied this game up at 3. You'll see the replay again. Purnell just kept going on that righty sweep dodge. Avoids a couple of checks. Nobody slides to body, and Purnell finishes.
Yeah, really nice play. Just took advantage of what seemed like a settled situation, but kept motoring. In the end, he actually had Kaliza on the crease, too. Really nice play by Purnell.
Back to the face-off. The Bulldogs have a little energy here. Loose ball pushed, and White will get possession here on the face-off. Brody Helton steps it in. We'll wait for his substitutions. Griffin, Toscano will trot on the field for the Bedford Bulldogs at midfield. Griffin now goes to his left, takes it behind. Little scoop pass out top. Missed Helton on the way by, but Toscano, nice job to back it up. He'll take his defender out close to the 40-yard line. That's Sean DeLello playing short stick defender.
Yeah, and we've seen twice here where Exeter's letting Bedford get to their left hand and get a step. So there's something there. Bedford wants it.
Toscano again, lefty feed. Misses Purnell inside. Helton comes away with the loosey. Save, Bernish. Phenomenal save, Bernish. Offside hip. That's tough to get to. Came up with a save here. But the Bulldogs chase it out. They'll get possession. Poole will bring it in from behind. First 2 minutes of action really positive for the Bulldogs. They've tied this game at 3. Poole looks for the cutter. Toscano shoots high. Took a shot. Ends up in a heap. The Bulldogs back it up. Purnell.
Yeah, already they're playing much more behind the cage, getting some movement, as we talked about. That's how they're going to score, is get Exeter's defense moving and their heads swiveling.
Helton here beats his defender. Goes back to what? His left hand. And is able to put the Bulldogs ahead. Individual effort there by Brody Helton.
Yeah, and this is another example. These kids can play with their left, but can they play well? And right now they're playing well with the left hand.
3 quick goals here to start the third quarter, and the Bulldogs find themselves ahead 4-3. Back to the face-off X. Blue Hawks can't control it on the first go-around. We'll get a clear and obvious push from behind from Roberto. And the Blue Hawks will come away with it. I don't believe they're released. They're probably going to have to push everybody back, but no, they let them stay out. Dodging through the midfield, Gabe Albert. And now the Blue Hawks will settle into their 6-on-6 offense. Here's Albert again. Luke Tsai overplaying his right hand. Gets him to go left. Back into the middle, sails high, and the ball goes all the way out of bounds. It looked like Tyler Bland thought somebody was behind him and let it go.
Yeah, just an unforced error there. Bedford was playing some nice defense, but that was really on a mistimed pass there.
Luke Tsai, pass across the field, picked off. There's going to be a slash, too. Good body checks here in the middle. Keeping the ball, though, is the Exeter Blue Hawks, Jack Herring. Another infraction as they chase down the ground ball, and the Bulldogs will go on the man down here. Great start to the second half here, but they will be hampered by this man down situation. I believe it's going to be a slash on Matthews on that ground ball out near midfield.
Yeah, and just as we talked about unforced errors on the Exeter side, Bedford bounced a pass into the middle. Exeter pounced on it and created some action, and here they are, man up.
And that was Herring just basically baiting Tsai to throw that ball across the field, jumped on it into the passing lane, and earned the man up offense here. Backside, Lechner, nice dodge. Outside the cage, Lechner picks up the rebound, and those long arms dump it in on the opposite side. Avoids the crease here. You see him, I believe it was a save by Fletcher. And Lechner was just right there for the rebound and dumps it in on that far side before Fletcher can get back into position.
Yeah, and you don't usually see that in a man down, a guy having a shot, pick it up, go in again from behind, but Lechner just had so much pace and running a lot faster than the Bedford defense. Created an opportunity for himself.
So we're even, 4-4. Kerr comes up with the ground ball off the face-off, gets demolished from behind. That's got to be a foul. Wow. They called it with loose ball, but Kerr definitely had the ball in his stick. It's okay, you let him play a little bit. As long as that call goes both ways, you don't mind it. Henrishon back to Fletcher. Now near side, Sheridan. Nice dodge by Sheridan, gets by 2 attackmen. He'll step it in and make another dodge. Sheridan goes hard. Draws a crowd this time, though, and his stick gets checked. Get an over and back on the Bulldogs. And now here's transition. Lechner cutting. Great stick by Sheridan, getting back in the passing lane. Lechner comes away with it. Little fake, tries to get high lefty, gets the edge, scores a goal. Lechner now with 3 goals on the afternoon, and the Bulldogs, after taking a lead, only 2 minutes later are trailing 5-4.
Yeah, another really good individual effort by Lechner. Got the ground ball, fought off both Henrishon and Sheridan, but too quick. Big long arms, was able to get the corner, and basically, again, within a few yards of the front of the crease due to his hustle.
So 3 goals and an assist for Gavin Lechner. Goals by Albert and Garrity as well have the Blue Hawks up 5-4. For the Bulldogs, Kaliza, Purnell, Hadley, and Helton are your goal scorers. Now Griffin.
It's funny, Corey, we kind of see after Bedford got out of that hot start, we see Exeter almost being like a fast break basketball team, really extending on defense, jumping plays, and creating a much higher tempo than we had before.
Forcing a lefty shot here too, and that's an easy one for Bernish.
Watch out!
Good hustle back here, gets the ball on the ground. Purnell used his hands to balance himself, but they don't call an offside. A little round the world back up top to Griffin. The Bulldogs will make some substitutions through midfield, but great hustle as they got the ball on the ground and prevented that clear.
Yeah, we've been talking about Lechner doing some good things on the Exeter attack. Purnell really made that happen on his, just by pure hustle, wanting the ball.
Gaffney goes behind. Lefty feed, Kaliza finds the net. There it is, Gaffney to Kaliza. Kaliza has 2 now, and we're knotted back at 5.
Yeah, really nice dish and draw and dump, and here we go again. Bedford was able to move the Exeter defense, made them slide, and that created the open, easy slam dunk goal.
And that effective attack from behind, too, getting defensemen and goalies to move their head to the backside. It's tough to recover from that, especially when you have a quick shot from Kaliza. Catch and release right on the crease. Roberto wins the face. Purnell shoots, scores! 2 more quick goals. Purnell with the cash. 2 on the day for him. Roberto comes up with the assist right from the face-off. Nice crank by Purnell, finds the top left corner, and the Bulldogs back up 1, 6-5.
I tell you, Corey, it doesn't even feel like the same game we saw in the first half. The pace of play is rapid right now. Really nice individual effort by Roberto. Found Purnell, put it home.
Face-off violation by the Blue Hawks. Helton's getting downhill now. He'll shoot wide. Purnell backs it up. We saw 3 total goals in the first half. We've seen 8 total goals in 6 minutes here in the third quarter. We're only halfway through the quarter, and it's 6-5. It was funny. We were just shooting the breeze at halftime. The first game between these 2 teams resulted in, I think it was 19 goals between the 2 of them.
Yeah,
we were saying, let's take the under here on the second half. And, well, maybe that wasn't the right call. It was 13-6 in that first game, Exeter. And we're going to quickly approach that here. Matthews now. Gets the edge. Another face dodge. Shot goes over the cage. Backed up Purnell. You get that in, that close in tight. He's 5 or 7 yards. You really want to see Matthews hit the cage there.
Yeah, a lot of individual effort. It was a nice play. He got to his spot on the field. I'd like to see what they can do from behind here.
Poole here, quick move. Good help defense, Ryan Garrity. Deflects off his stick, goes all the way back to the defensive end for the Bulldogs. Kerr up to Griffin. Griffin pulls it down. Under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. The Bulldogs hold a 1-goal lead, 6-5. This is somebody I want to see get going here. Sean Toscano, somewhat quiet throughout the first half. Had a couple looks, but you want to see him take advantage of this short stick midfield matchup. Gets to his right hand, looks to feed. Griffin now. He pulls the long stick defender Ryan Garrity. They switch off.
There we go, come on! Get him, get him!
Purnell scoops up the Lucy behind. Now Toscano. Purnell behind. He's drawn the shorty, shoots, can't get it to go. Toscano's there for the backup.
Yeah, it's good to see him after that pretty frenetic play. Really slow it down and be able to take advantage and get a good shot coming around Purnell, right-hand side.
Griffin looks for the speed matchup. Toscano's going to substitute through midfield. Helton will come on for him. Helton gets ahead of steam. Pulls, Bernish, save low. Loose ball, back left of Bernish. They look to get it back to Bernish, and picking it off is Purnell. Good hustle there on the loose ball, and then on the ride. Purnell draws the double. 3 minutes to go, and the Blue Hawks get a fast break. Tough exchange at midfield. This is DeLello. Runs the fast break, can't handle it. Make a dodge here, though. Save Fletcher. Delory had a shot, and Fletcher made the low left save.
Yeah, he tracked that, from right from the stick. Really nice save by Fletcher.
Sheridan, Lechner, no goal. He was in the crease. Referee was right there, saw a foot in the crease. Wipes out, and again, a beautiful individual effort by Gavin Lechner. Sullivan tries to get in on the ride. Running through a few players is Zach Griffin. He'll settle things down. Hands it back to Matthews. Ticking down to 2 minutes to go. Looks like Griffin ran through a stick there on the far side. Feed in tight, getting wiped out from behind his pool. He can't handle the pass, but the Bulldogs will get the ball.
Yeah, got kind of handcuffed there right in the middle. It was a good play. Right look, just tough pass for Pool to handle.
Yeah, it looked like Gaffney trying to jam it in the crease. You like the pressure that the Bulldogs are putting there tight to the goalie, but a little low. Tough one to handle. Gaffney here. Looks far side, can't get it through several defender sticks, and Bernish comes away with the loose ball. Under 2 minutes to go, the Bulldogs lead 6-5 in the third quarter. Blue Hawks look to clear the ball. Gabe Albert runs through a couple checks. Now he threatens. Lazowitz fakes the shot, gets back to his left, pulls and finds the cage. Lazowitz gets back to his left, pulls it down, little spin dodge, strong hand, and beats Fletcher. Stick side, hip level, and we're knotted at 6. 1:32 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, nice shot by the lefty. Bedford allowed him to roll back into the middle, which makes it a lot harder for the goalie to track and save. We also see a little bit, Corey, I want to see Bedford stop chasing the stick. They're doing a lot on Lechner. These kids are too big and too skilled to get caught like that on Exeter.
Roberto comes away with the ground ball. Henrishon. Now near side, Sheridan. Sheridan carries it over. Bulldogs will wait for their substitutions. Purnell with some patience as we tick under 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Knotted at 6 here at Bedford High School. Good takeaway check there behind. That's Tanner Smith getting the ball on the turf. And now Jack Herring will motor through the midfield. Helton. Herring, far side now. Delory. Lechner looking for the matchup again. Bodies up. Double team by Riccio. Sheridan dumps Lechner in the crease. And the Bulldogs will get the ball. And they have about 200 additional referees in the stands.
Come on, you gotta keep pushing, buddy.
Sheridan runs through a few checks. Strong with the stick. His pass gets batted down. Lazowitz there getting the ball on the turf. And this quarter will end 6-6. Wow, what a different dynamic here in the third quarter. As we go to the last quarter, tied and ready for fireworks.
Ready for it. Yeah, a lot of excitement. This, again, definitely a different game, different pace than we saw in the first half. And I'm interested to see that this Bedford team can get a little bit excitable, if you will. Need to take care of the rock, as we saw there at the end. Purnell really trying to wait for his team to substitute. Got the ball taken away from him, created an opportunity for Exeter that they didn't need to have.
He's trying to show some patience, needed to move his feet back there as the pressure came to his hands, and ball got on the turf and Exeter went through transition. So 6-6, we head to the fourth. Some upcoming games for everybody out there in BCTV land. Baseball again will play on Wednesday. They'll take on the visiting Wyndham Jaguars. First pitch at 4:15. The softball team will head out to the Diamond on Thursday. They'll take on Manchester Central / Memorial for a 4 p.m. game. And then the boys lacrosse team will head back out here on Wednesday, May 24th. That's next Wednesday, to take on the visiting Londonderry Lancers. Face off at 5:30. And then the girls lacrosse team will play that Friday, right before Memorial Day weekend. They will take on visiting Newburyport at 6:30 p.m. for opening draw. You have many ways you can check out all of that game action, one of which is on BCTV's live channels and on-demand content that are on the BCTV app. It's available for download on Apple iOS and Android, so download the Bedford Community Television app from your app store today.
Yeah, you know, Corey, you were talking about all the extra off-duty referees here in the stands, but it's been a pretty clean game. I think there's only actually been one penalty thus far.
Yeah, maybe one each, I think, maybe two. But yeah, not much more than that. Again, I appreciate how they're letting the boys play a little bit, some physical play. They're not calling every ticky-tack little foul. So this is the kind of competition you want to see. Blue Hawks gain possession on the opening face-off for the fourth quarter. They'll step it in, wait for some substitutions, and see what they can do. Early action in the fourth quarter, knotted at 6. Lazowitz up top for Exeter. Feed backside, can't connect to Albert. This is Sullivan. Runs through a check. Good physical play. He's going to get called for a ward there. I'm not sure I agree with that call.
No, that was just a good hard hit. Big guy running downhill.
Man, he can't be expected to absorb that. That's a tough call for Exeter there. Sheridan gets the ball popped out of his stick through midfield. This is Bland picking up the loose ball. Gets it to Herring. And the Blue Hawks hustle on the ride by Lechner, gets it out of Bulldog possession and back in Exeter's possession. Lechner looks to go one-on-one. Double comes early. Lazowitz up top, shot too high.
It was a good double by Helton there, really in his face, came to the body, didn't allow Lechner to turn the corner.
Getting free inside, but stoned on the doorstep. Fletcher, huge save there on Tyler Bland, who found some daylight right on the crease. But Fletcher matched him high to high.
Yeah, he has made some massive saves for this Bedford team.
Hadley rolls away from pressure, and now Poole. They'll settle things down. We tick under 10 minutes to go in the game. Score is tied, 6-6. And after a flurry of goals in that third quarter, the last 2 minutes here, as we start the fourth quarter, have been a bit quieter. Griffin, he'll shoot high. Poole backs it up. Bedford keeps possession. Purnell behind, back to Poole. Exeter looks to be going quite early. Any sniff of a dodge, they're going to try to double team and really help out the defender. Helton runs through a check. Gets high, lefty, save Bernish. Not sure if he got a piece of that. It bounces behind though.
Yeah, Bedford really has done a nice job there with Helton. They really got to find a way to get some different types of shots, change the angle. Bernish is just too good.
And there he is, too good again. Getting free inside Helton, but he's matched high to high. Under 9 minutes to go. Riccio tries to pop the ball free, but Bland avoids him. And now settling things down is Bland.
Looks like Kerr is out extended on Lechner. I think that's probably a good move. Let the other 5 on Exeter hurt you, because Lechner's proven he can.
Ball down on the ground. Riccio trying to come up with the GB. Now Lechner scoops up, doesn't get it, and now trip from behind. Ooh, they're going to call a push. Riccio gets tripped up. The Bulldogs will get possession. It looked like he had the ball. Again, one of those borderline calls where they very easily could have thrown a flag. They do not. They want the boys to decide this game in 6-on-6 play. Griffin behind to Poole. Yeah, you mentioned Kerr was shutting Lechner off. Again, that's probably a little bit overdue here. Purnell loses his stick. Scramble behind. Good ride for the Bulldogs, but they get called for a hold, so the Blue Hawks will clear it out.
Yeah, that was a short stick on Purnell too. Nice play. Went body to body with him, and I think surprised Purnell that the Exeter shorty gave him such a hit.
Met him with physical contact. Hadley will pick up Herring. Near side now, Delory. He calms things down. And we see Kerr again face guarding Lechner all the way on that deep left corner. Out to Fletcher. Goal line extended way in the corner.
Yeah, and I think he, at this point, you got to respect him. He's shown that he's going to kind of wreck your game. To be honest, though, Corey, a lot of times when this happens, you actually don't want to lose a long stick out there. You would put a short stick out there.
Sure.
But I think it's the right play nonetheless.
Lazowitz pings the post. Rebound up top. Nicely handled by Gabe Albert, who's going to dodge now. Draws the double and triple. Ball finally pops out. Henrishon comes away with the Lucy. Hadley, nice catch in the midfield. 6.5 to go. They look to Purnell. They had something brewing there as Purnell had some daylight, but they missed the connection.
Yeah, usually those thrown away balls, you'd say, was a bad pass, but I think that was the right one. He had Purnell. It was the right idea. 6-6 game, good way to create some momentum with a quick fast break goal.
Sure. Purnell was only 10 or 12 yards up from the goal, so likely going to pull the trigger there. Can't squeeze it, and the Blue Hawks clear it out. Hadley, Lazowitz, save Fletcher. Backside to Kerr. Kerr makes a dodge. Finds himself in trouble there on that far sideline, and nifty footwork to get himself out of that trouble. Soden now.
Yeah, that was a nice clear by Kerr. I think you got it right. He got himself into trouble and then got himself out with his feet.
And now Coach Bordeaux is going to take a timeout. 6-6 is your score. 5:35 left in the game. Coach Bordeaux wants a good offensive possession, hopefully producing the right results. If you're looking for where you can find upcoming Bedford Bulldogs games, BCTV is a proud member of the New Hampshire Coalition for Community Media, which offers a New Hampshire high school sports broadcast schedule listing games from all across the state. Our peers in other communities may be covering your away games live on their channels and live streams. Find Bedford Bulldogs game coverage and more at nhccm.org/network.
Yeah, I think Bedford's doing a really nice job keeping with the athleticism of Exeter. And it's not to say that they're, down on athleticism, but Exeter has some just truly talented kids. And I think Coach Bordeaux has a nice game plan here. Mixing in a little bit of zone, locking off. What I'd like to see, though, Corey, is we see a lot of unforced errors in the clear here. I'd really like to see the Bedford short sticks be utilized a little bit more. Go get that ball. Give the old long poles a break here.
Get those wheels moving through midfield. We see Sabati take on that role every once in a while. We see Soden take on that role every once in a while, just getting that ball in a short stick, let him run up the field, make a couple dodges, but basically outrun people.
Yeah, and it's good here, too. Coach Bordeaux has got to be happy just for comparison purposes. Really nice showing thus far. The game's not over from Bedford. Very different game than the first time they met.
I am 100% confident he is not looking for moral victories tonight, though. He's looking for the W. Yes, a much better showing, but he wants a win.
You got that right.
Purnell now starts with the ball. Draws a short stick defender. That's Sean DeLello. Going back to the well. Same play that Kaliza scored on before. They find Toscano out top. He backpedals well outside of their straining box. He draws Harry Caraciola. Long stick defender. And now Poole. He'll run around. Purnell drives hard lefty. Question mark, gets one to go. Nice move by Purnell, and I appreciate that he took it to heart. Purnell gets a hattie. Third goal of the game. As an attackman, you have to take offense when they put a short stick to try to defend you. Purnell did, drove hard, got to his spot. I didn't think he had much of an angle, but he beat Bernish on that offside shoulder. And the Bulldogs go up 7-6.
Yeah, really nice play by Purnell. Had a strong core. Went up, turned the corner, really planted and spun. I didn't think he had the angle either, but he proved us both wrong.
That's that question mark move. Drive hard lefty, roll back to your right and finish. The Blue Hawks come away with the loose ball here. Quickly put it back on the turf. Picking it up there is Will McElroy. Double, triple team. They call timeout to preserve possession. 4:31 to go in the game. The Bulldogs lead by a goal, 7-6. For all those radio fans out there, it's easy to listen to Bedford 105.1 online. Go to wbnh.bedfordnh.org for the stream link. We do broadcast a lot of the games on radio as well, a lot of the football games and basketball games. Unfortunately, we're not taking the lacrosse game to the airways this evening, but you are welcome to listen to that Bedford WBNH stream anytime you want. We also stream on apps like TuneIn, MyTuner, Simple Radio, and Radio Garden. Just tell Alexa to play Bedford 105.1.
Yeah, so Corey, as we see Bedford locking off Lechner, I got to ask you, given your illustrious playing career, you were probably locked off a few times, huh? Respecting your game?
Absolutely. No, me personally, I was never locked off. No, not as an offensive player. However, doing a defensive job of locking somebody off, absolutely. And again, I like your thought too. You're taking one of your best long sticks and removing him from play. I might even say give Kerr a shorty and have him lock off Lechner.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because those long sticks are there for a reason on defense. It gives you that advantage. Sticks in the passing lane. Let's see what they pull out after the timeout.
Blue Hawks with possession. Sheridan matches up on Lechner. Might see an early double. They get it behind. Sullivan feeds up top. Lazowitz We get a timeout by the Blue Hawks. Surprising, Lazowitz had time and space there, but Coach Brewster says, I'm not sure I like the setup. He takes a timeout just 16 seconds after Coach Bordeaux took his.
Yeah, I think there's got to be a matchup there that Exeter didn't like. The Bulldogs came out in a zone again with their short sticks in the middle of the field. I'm not quite sure Exeter was expecting that. To be honest, I would have thought Exeter maybe had a play for that lockoff, a little 5-on-5 lacrosse, but either way, good wrinkle here.
And now you might see Coach Bordeaux come back out in a man-to-man, right? Have some fun with these matchups, have some fun after the timeouts. See if Coach Brewster says, hey, look, they're going to play zone, and now he comes back out in man.
The chess game, that's right.
A lot of chess, a lot of fun, a lot of strategy, or strategery, as Will Ferrell playing George W. Bush might say. a little strategery. 4:15 to go in the game. The Bulldogs hold a 1-goal lead. Becoming a high school sports official is an easy call. You see what they did there with the read? Easy call thing there. Officiating allows you to continue to be a role model by demonstrating qualities such as impartiality, fairness, and courage. High school sports officials can protect the integrity of the games we love by teaching and enforcing the rules of play. New officials have an opportunity to make a difference in their communities right away. To learn more, visit NHIAA.org. Blue Hawks back on the offense, and they did switch back to a man-to-man. They still are shutting off Lechner behind. Lazowitz draws the pole. Riccio harassing him. Top of the restraining box. This is Delory. Henrishon defending. Righty sweep for Delory. He'll pop it back out top. Gets away from Albert, but he keeps it on the offensive end. No over and back. Lazowitz pulls righty. Not a bad shot from the lefty. Feeding inside, they can't make the connection. He had Bland on the doorstep. Ringing the pipe here. Bouncing high, they beat Fletcher. And they back it up behind. Kerr matched up with Lechner. Battle of the Titans coming in from back left of Fletcher.
Yeah, and this has got to be a quick, in-his-face double.
Sai switches off. The short stick defensive midfielder. Kerr will go quickly again. Feed inside. Misses the mark. That's a pass, and it is ruled as such. Nicely done by the official. And the Bulldogs get possession. Sheridan to Fletcher. Critical clear here as we tick under 3 minutes for the Bulldogs, and they miss the connection near side.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Trying to sub, trying to get it out, trying to get some rest for this defense. I do have to say this shutoff is really stopping Exeter. Doesn't quite know what to do with it, but
Lechner scored a hat trick. Coach Bordeaux finally said that enough is enough. Let's prevent him from doing any more. They're quick to double number 8, and they're shutting him off again with Kerr behind. Lazowitz pulls right, he scores. Good split dodge going left to right from Fletcher's top left. Looked like he just didn't see it all the way. And Lazowitz again ties the game. 2:39 to go in the game. We're tied at 7.
Yeah, nice strong bounce shot. I don't think Fletcher saw that as the double came. That would have been one of the easier ones that he had gotten tonight. But nonetheless, Exeter goal tied up.
Lazowitz did a nice job of disguising that shot too, coming way behind his body and protecting it. Ooh, tough hit there. No call. Bedford gets the ball on the turf, but coming away with it is defender Tanner Smith. Still chasing him down. Rolls away from pressure and finally gets it here to Delory. Henrishon going heavy, trying to get it back on the ground. Ball goes on the ground. They'll get a loose ball push. Again, a borderline call. Looked like Delory clearly had possession, but they do call it a loose ball push. And now Nick Sullivan picks it up.
Yeah, the refs are really letting them play, and they're doing it fair on the same to both sides. So you can't argue about that.
Sullivan scores from behind the cage, wraps it around, and the Blue Hawks go up 8-7. He tried that wraparound before. Here you see just gets a step and wraps it around his defender. Sheridan just was there with him step for step. But those long arms pulled out by Go-Go Gadget Sullivan and scores a goal.
Yeah, and Fletcher dropped his stick just momentarily and got it back up, and fortunately a bit too late.
Procedure here by Roberto. The Blue Hawks get possession. Lazowitz going to pull the trigger again, save Fletcher, and that was a huge one. Up top to Sy. 1:42 to go in the game. Bulldogs need a strong possession. Coach Bordeaux screams from the sideline for timeout, and he's going to set up a play. Wow, what a turn of events. 2 quick goals by the Blue Hawks puts them up by a goal. 1:36 to go. And I love going back to Jack Edwards all the time, Bruins commentator. How's your entertainment factor, Jay Abendroth?
Hey, I'd say it's pegged right now. The fun meter is there. Really like to see what Bedford can come up with a minute 36. They've got the timeout, have a set play. They've really seen some good work, some good movement when the ball goes behind. So I really want to see how they can trigger from behind. Maybe Purnell coming around the corner. See those cutters moving, both lefty and righty, Corey.
3 goals by Gavin Lechner, 2 by Marshall Lazowitz. A goal each by Nick Sullivan that you just saw on the wrap. Gabe Albert and long stick midfielder Ryan Garrity. That's the scoring for the Blue Hawks. For the Bulldogs, a hat trick by Luke Purnell, 2 by Derek Kuliza, and 1 apiece for Nick Hadley, the long stick midfielder, and Brody Helton. That's your scoring so far. The Bulldogs are trying to find 1 more at least to knot this before the end of regulation, and 2 if possible. But hey, let's start with baby steps.
That's right. That's right. Crawl, walk, run.
96 ticks. The clock has started. Griffin starts with the ball, defended by Jack Herring. Drives lefty, gets the edge. Backhand shot wide. Backed up behind by Poole. 1:20 to go. Poole drives hard lefty, pass, intercepted. Burnish hasn't had nearly a good second half as he did first half, but comes up big on that pick. And we tick down to a minute to go. The Bulldogs, if they hustle, have a chance. And getting it into the offensive end, Herring. White ball goes off of blue. The Bulldogs pick it up. Toscano. Far side. He finds Henrishon. We're down to 50 seconds to go. Sheridan. He'll step it into the offensive end. Finds Matthews. Matthews guarded by short stick. Herring. Double team comes. Garrity. 35 to go. Matthews. Split dodge. Looks for the feed. Misses it. Poole. Chasing it down in the corner. Purnell can't get there. And that missed connection gives the ball back to Exeter. 25 seconds to go. You're looking for a 10-man ride here now. Extend out. Up to the middle. Toscano slips. He had it in his sights. 15. 10 to go. Sullivan is going to run this out. Dishes back to Lechner, and who better to finish it off for the Blue Hawks than Lechner? 3 goals and an assist on the night. Your final horn sounds, and the Blue Hawks come into Bedford and come away with victory 8-7. 2 late goals by the Blue Hawks, and they'll go home happy on the bus ride back to the coast.
Yeah, hard-fought game. You got to give it to both Bedford and Exeter. Kept it entertaining for us for sure. Just came down to some of those little plays at the end, but real nice job for Exeter. And Bedford's got to keep their head up here. Fought hard, and bounces didn't quite go their way.
Phenomenal first half by goalie Ethan Burnish, scoring as we just went down. Gavin Lechner 3-1, Marshall Lazowitz 2, Sullivan, Albert, and Garrity each with 1. That puts ahead the Blue Hawks for that 8-7 victory. 7 goals for the Bulldogs. Luke Purnell with 3, Kaliza with 2, Hadley with 1, and Brody Helton with the last one for the Bulldogs. They can't hang their heads. A 7-goal victory the first time around for the Blue Hawks. Just a 1-goal victory here, but the Bulldogs were looking for more. It's been a pleasure, Jay. I appreciate you joining me here in the booth. Great lacrosse action. Everybody, all those lacrosse addicts out there, hopefully they got a chance to watch some Division I lacrosse action at the college level over the weekend. 8 fantastic games, 4 Saturday, 4 Sunday. I'm sure we'll see the same again this coming weekend. Find it all on ESPNU or other avenues. It's been a pleasure bringing you this game tonight. I'm Corey Munster-Tiger for the BCTV crew, Jay Abendroff, Andrew Fenn on camera, Dale Bird back with the replays. We really appreciate the replays all throughout the broadcast. We will join you for the next game. But until then, everybody enjoy your evening. So long.